Hey, so I'm Carole Ritchie. Today, what I'm going to talk to you about is about your kids, basically. And this is how to be a perfect parent video, but not by a long chalk. There's no such thing as a perfect parent for a start. Did I shout at my kids when they were little? Hey, yeah. Did I get it wrong? Absolutely. I really wish I'd known then what I know now. I've often said, if I had known all the things that I know now when my kids were little, things would have been very different. I would have been far less stressed, and they probably would have been too. But in recent years, I've worked in education for a very long time, but in recent years, I've been a trainer for people who work with children in schools, children's homes, plus parents, and also work as a therapist. So I see people on a one-to-one basis to help them get over anxiety and all stuff like that. And I get a lot of parents come to me about issues with their kids. Just recently, I had a young lady come to see me. She's got 3 kids under 3, bless her. She's got a tiny baby. She's also got one that was a year old just after Christmas, and she's got a little girl that is just 3. Now, the little 3-year-old, bless her, can you imagine? She's got a little brother who's 1 and a bit, and she's got a new baby in the house. And she's gorgeous, she's absolutely gorgeous, but she's really playing up at the moment, really playing up. And Mum came to see me and said, the little girl is forever whining and grizzling, and just throws tantrums and a whole raft of things. And we sat there, and the little girl was with her. She had the children with her. And sure enough, the little girl was leaning on her leg and crying, grizzling. And I took the little girl off for a little while and played with her and chatted. So got to know her a little bit, and then went back to Mum, etc. And what I saw was there was a whole language being developed. Mum was teaching the little girl her language. And at that time, Mum's language was stressed. Mum's language was actually in a really, really difficult place, really stressed, really anxious, very emotional. All those out there that have had babies, straight afterwards you get a bit emotional, don't you? I mean, some people call it baby blues, all sorts of stuff. Not depressed, but yeah, emotional. So what was happening was the little girl was learning to speak Mum's language. And when I took her off and she was chatting to me, then the language was completely different. So she was speaking my language, and kids are so good at this. We know for a fact that if you introduce small children to French and Spanish and English when they're really little, they'll just naturally speak all 3. They'll have those 3 languages. Well, it's the same for our emotional language. They will learn to speak your emotional language. So what we did was a 3-pronged approach, really. I let Mum know what her language was, and we talked about all those things that she was telling her little girl without realising it. We talked about what we wanted to change that language to, and then we set about a program of how she could gradually change that language. And it wasn't overnight, but because of an intensive interaction, because of a sort of a bit of coaching over a period of time, because of her coming back and working with me, now they're so much happier. They're all so much happier. And the little girl is now speaking Mum's happy language. I'm not saying this is easy stuff, but hey, I know how to do it now, so I want to help people. So hey, give us a call. I'm doing this special thing at the moment. I'm doing some wonderful webinars for parent groups of people and for people who work with children. But I'm also offering a really special offer because the stuff that's going on. We've got all the thing about COVID-19. You've had kids that have been off school, they're about to go back. All these things are making both parents and kids extra anxious. Some kids are anxious because they don't want to go back. Some kids are anxious because they've been stuck at home. It just depends on their circumstances. But what we want is to get that language right. We want to get that language right before they go back to school. So just give us a call. Drop me an email. Let's see what we can do together to help yours and your little one's languages become really positive and happy. Take care.